the City of New Britain. Building hope together for a greater community.
Good evening. It's 7 p.m. exact time on July 12, 2017. This is the public participation for the regular meeting of the Common Council. We have several people who have signed up to speak. Please keep in mind to provide your name and address and to keep your comments to 3 minutes. We'll stay as strict as we can on that, very strict actually. First individual is Don Crockett.
Don Crockett, I live at 195 Hartford Road, and I'm here to speak again about the planned development for the pool replacement at the A.W. Stanley Park. And again, my question is, why isn't the city considering replacing the pool in place and replacing the baseball field in place instead of moving everything around? And I've shared these drawings before, but this is the current park. If you stand in the pool parking lot and look around now, if you look over toward the pool, there's artificial fill that's been created to raise the level of the land, surrounding land, up to the level of the pool, so you can have a 12-foot deep pool for the diving area. And that was artificially created by fill. But with a new plan, that parking lot is going to be replaced with a new parking lot pretty much at the same level. But looking over toward where the current pool is, there's going to be a baseball field at the same level, maybe 2 feet above where the new parking lot is, which is at the same level as the current parking lot. But to your right, which is currently the field, over toward the basketball field, which slopes down like this and slopes toward the parking lot, there's now going to need to be the new pool. And so if you stand in the center of the current parking lot and line yourself up with the current bathhouse, there in the new plan, there'll be a 2-story maintenance and filter building, and the level of the fill at the center of that parking lot is going to be 9 feet. That is 9 feet at the top of this poster. So we've talked to the designer. He said there's negligible cost difference between this plan and replacing the pool in place, and I just don't believe that that's true. Where's that fill going to come from? You don't have the fill on the current site to fill in 9 feet over the area that needs to be covered. And that's basically, this area here is going to have to be filled. And I just, you're taking an area for the current pool that has already had this artificial fill so that you can have a flat area with this 10, 12-foot hole. Why are you going to destroy that, level that? Both plans require demolishing the current pool. There's 2.5 acres in that field between the current pool parking lot and the basketball court. No level is going to be the same, and they're going to have to dig holes for the current pool. I just don't understand why the cost estimates, engineering estimates, are not looking at trying to save probably $1 to $2 million if it was replaced in place. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Next signed up is Steve Amato.
Hi, Steve Amato from Amato Store on Main Street. I hope everybody's having a good summer. I've come here tonight because I need your help. I want to tell you a little story about how I lost a customer due to our crazy parking system. This has happened before, and I've heard similar stories from other merchants. A grandmother and grandfather have their grandkids in from out of state for a few weeks this summer. The grandparents were from New Britain originally, now live in Berlin. They brought the grandkids to shop in our store like they did with their kids years ago. They had a great time, came back 2 or 3 times, spent well over $600. That's a really good customer, especially in summertime. The last time was this past Monday. They stayed a little longer than expected. We just got in a lot of really cool new stuff, and they got hooked up looking at it. They committed the crime of overstaying their parking meter by 5 to 10 minutes. When they left, they found they had a $30 ticket. They were mad. I offered to pay it. They declined. They said their beef was with the city, not with me. The lady said, with what's left downtown, the city should pay them to come here, not fine them $30. Those are her words, not mine. Yesterday, they stopped in to exchange something because it was the wrong size or something. In the process, she told me she was sorry, she really liked coming here, but she would not be coming back. She said she will just shop online for what she needs in the future. We spend a lot of money and a lot of time going out to events, going to festivals and stuff, trying to promote, trying to get people to come to town. We can't afford to lose them when we get them. Again, I ask you to fix this problem. Tickets went from $5 to $30, and I think it was 6 or 8 years. I don't know exactly, but that's a 600% increase. I would love to make 600% more profit than I used to make. I don't. I don't know that anybody that's got a 600% raise. If that wasn't bad enough, it triples in 7 days. I know a loan shark or two that would love to make those kind of returns. Lastly, it seems crazy to me to spend the hundreds of millions of dollars we're spending downtown, police department, the busway, the new bridge, all the great streetscapes. It's all great stuff, but to spend all that money and then chase people away to make a quick $30. And this is not an unusual story. Only what brought me here tonight was that it just happened. It's fresh in my mind, and I wanted to share it with y'all. So I hope you can figure out some way of reducing those tickets. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the list is Adriana Baez.
Good evening, 347 Cherry Street, Adriana Baez. On June 26th, I was fortunate enough to attend Introduction to the Fire Services program at the Connecticut Fire Academy. My week-long program included stretching hose, learning rescue knots, and climbing ladders. The role I represented in the final demonstration at the graduation of Class 41 was to climb the aerial ladder and rescue victims. Before the academy, my biggest fear was heights. I can now say I no longer fear heights, and I love ladders. During this week, not only did I become a stronger person, but a better leader, by accepting the position of squad leader responsible for 8 cadets, making sure they had everything they need and keeping them together. My week was a success. I've now been accepted to Advanced Skills and Concepts at the Connecticut Fire Academy from August 7th through August 12th. This program is a higher level program of firefighting. Some of the topics I'll be learning include vehicle extrication, high angle rescue, standpipe operations, and introductions to the self-contained breathing apparatus. I want to thank Mayor Stewart, you, the Common Council, and Fire Chief Thomas Renaulter for all your support.
Thank you. Next on the list, Tony Kane.
Thank you. Tony Kane, 110 Brook Street. I just want to come before you tonight in my capacity as chairman of the New Britain Republican Town Committee. A few weeks ago, I was informed by Mayor Stewart of the impending vacancy on the Board of Education through the resignation for personal reasons of Elaine Zatola. We discussed the best way to fill that vacancy, and it was decided that we would announce on Facebook, through the Herald, and through the Bryn City Journal that the town committee will be conducting a search. We invited candidates to apply to myself, and we would conduct interviews. We interviewed 7 people came forward, 2 withdrew. We had a selection of educators, parents, concerned citizens, all walks of life, young people, old people, and we had a lot of input from the community of what they were looking for in a board member. After finishing all our interviews, the executive board of the town committee voted, and it was a unanimous choice to recommend Catherine Cheney to you guys as a candidate for the school board. Ms. Cheney is very active in the community. She has worked many years in the Bryn school system and then became a librarian. She first started at Jefferson School, where I first met her. as the school librarian and is now the head of the children's department at the library. She's still active in the school system. Every week she visits the school to help read to our children. She also impressed the board, mentors a lot of people on why New Britain schools are great. She works with them trying to convince them that maybe the magnet school might not be the best alternative. She's a big promoter of our school system. She's talked to quite a few parents into keeping their kids in our schools. We need a cheerleader like that in our school board right now. She took a personal tragedy for herself and has raised, the last few years, $47,000 for the band program. So when you look for a person who is dedicated to Britain schools, you can't ask for anybody better than Kathy Cheney. So that is why we're putting your name forward as our candidate, Republican candidate, for the school board. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience who would like to speak before public participation? Anyone else who would like to speak before public participation to the council? Anyone else who would like to speak before the public participation? Seeing none, then we will close this session of public participation at 7:12 p.m. Are there any members of the council who have any comments? Alderman Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to thank Mr. Amato for coming out. We spoke on the phone several times about this issue, and tonight you will see, if you stay for the meeting, there's some petitions that are going in to look into the how our parking system is run, what effects there would be on our budget should we try and reduce that to try and help the downtown district and other merchants in the area. So we are taking some steps. It'll take some time. They'll get back to us in September, and we'll review it as a council and a team in a bipartisan manner, I'm sure, and see what, if anything, we can do. But I just wanted you to know personally that we are definitely going to be taking this seriously and looking into it at this time. So thanks again for coming out and expressing your concerns.
Thank you, Alderman Sanders. Any other members of the council? I'd like to just take a moment to say to Ms. Baez, I want to thank you for your participation in the program that you attended, the training program, and thank you for so well representing our city. We'll begin shortly.
All right, thank you very much. I would like to call to order this regular meeting of the New Britain Common Council. The date is July 12, 2017. The time is 7:16 p.m. Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderpersons Giantonio. Smedley.
Present.
Carlozzi. Black.
Present.
Collins.
Present.
Davis.
Here.
Hargrave.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Capone. Here. Volkowski. Here. Rosado.
Here.
Salvio. Sanchez.
Here.
Sanders.
Present.
Salerno.
Here.
12 present.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clerk. Can we all please rise for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance?
Let us pray. O God, our Heavenly Father, please protect our children and keep them safe as they enjoy the summer and the bounty of your crops. We give thanks for all the hard work and dedication of our city employees who keep our parks up, who keep us safe, and who organizes the multitude of recreational programs for all ages to enjoy. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
Amen. And the Pledge of Allegiance led by Kathy Cheney.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Before we get started this evening, I have one shout out to make, and there might be some others on the council that might want to chime in about this. But for all those watching, I have to give a very special shout out to our very own New Britain native, George Springer. Yes. We're super proud of him. Yeah, definitely. Some of us who we better know as Georgie. But we're really, really proud of him and his career with Major League Baseball and playing for the Astros, but also having the opportunity to play in the All-Star game, the Major League Baseball All-Star game last night. So we're really, really proud of him. I'm thinking Alderman Salerno might want to say something.
Might, I guess.
Please.
Thank you, Your Honor, through you. I will keep it simple, just that I've had the pleasure of knowing the Springers for pretty much all the lives of the children, and was involved in softball and Little League for Georgie's sisters, Alina and Nicole. And I watched them grow up, and I know the mayor's aware of them. My daughters were very close with them over the years as well. Had a chance to coach with Marie, and of course George Springer had done so many things here in the city. He had ran for office. He's been politically active in and out over the years, and they raised three wonderful children. And George Springer is really, it's just amazing to watch him at an all-star game. It's really something. It's really a product of this city, this community, because so many people were involved in having Georgie grow up the way he had grown up as a respectful individual throughout the community. So, I mean, again, I could go on with it. I got to watch him actually hit, I'm probably going to get yelled at for this, but I actually was at Yankee Stadium to watch him hit 2 home runs out of Yankee Stadium. And I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm not supposed to root for him, but I really did. And it was really probably one of the biggest thrills of my life to watch somebody that growing up to actually hit 2 home runs out of Yankee Stadium, so it was pretty cool. Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Alderman Salerno. Anybody else? George, we're super proud of you. Just an incredible feeling to call you a New Britain homegrown guy, right? And a product of the New Britain Little League. Yes. Yes. So with that being said, congratulations, George, and we'll move on to minutes. Alderman Salerno.
Yes, I'd like to move to accept and adopt the minutes presented here.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Pabon. We have the minutes from the regular meeting of May 24th and the special meeting of June 6th. Are there any questions or comments or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Salerno for amendments to the agenda.
Yes, Your Honor, through you, the amendments to the agenda, we have 2. We have the withdrawal of item G on the consent items, and an addition of number 6 resolution.
Okay. Addition 6, withdraw of item G. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Sanders. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk?
Alderpersons Smedley,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Hargraves,
Yes.
Naples,
Yes.
Pabon,
Yes.
Polkowski,
Yes.
Rosado,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Sanders,
Yes.
Salerno.
Yes.
12-0, Your Honor.
Motion carries. On to our petitions for the evening. Mr. Clerk.
Yes, we have 3, Your Honor.
Okay.
First one's from Alderman Sanders. Please conduct a study regarding the financial impact on the city budget reflecting a reduction of parking ticket fees from $30 to $10. Please report back to the Common Council for the September 13, 2017 meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll send that to our property management department.
Okay. Second one is from Alderman Sanders. Please conduct a study showing the income and expenses related to on-street parking meters. Please include general fees, tickets, fines, labor, including full-time salaries and benefits, maintenance, and all other pertinent income and expenses related to on-street parking meters. Please report back to the Common Council for the September 13, 2017 meeting.
Okay, we'll send that to our property management as well. Thank you.
And the last one is from Alderpersons Giantonio and Salerno. Please add section 23-180 supplemental controls for the residential keeping of honeybees as an accessory use in the S1, S2, and S3 zoning districts.
Okay. City plan and our zoning committee, please.
And that's it, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clerk. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Alderman Salerno.
Yes, Your Honor, through you. We have one item on the consent agenda that I would move to be taken off for further discussion.
Okay.
And that would be item E.
Second.
Okay, so we have all items on consent except for item E, and we have a withdrawal of item G.
That's correct. Withdrawal of item E for discussion, and that will later remain for us A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and N.
No G.
No G. A, B, C, D,
Oh,
F, H, I, J,
Withdrawal's
K,
gone, I
L,
apologize, Your
M,
Honor,
N.
that's correct, yep.
That's right.
That was gone, all right.
I have a second by Alderman Smedley, right? Seconded by Alderman Smedley. Any questions, comments? Mr. Clerk?
Smedley.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Hargrave.
Yes.
Naples.
Yes.
Pavone.
Yes.
Polkowski.
Yes.
Rosado.
Yes.
Selby. I'm sorry. Sanchez.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Silverdo.
Yes.
12 votes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Motion carries. Report E. Alderman Salerno.
Yes, Your Honor. Report E, let me dig it out here, is, deals with,
Do I have-
Need a motion. I'm sorry, deals with a public bid 3918, and I need to have a second to be able to
Second.
have it considered. Thank you.
Second by Alderman Sanders. Alderman Polkowski.
Thank you, Your Honor. I need to recuse myself on this bid. This is a contract that I send payments to Whiteway for the Utilities Division in the Water Department, so I do not need to vote on this. Thank you.
Goodbye. Would you like to give a little summary?
Yeah, it's a little summary, Your Honor. It's basically, it is, again, a public bid 3918. It's for a standing purchase order with Whiteway Cleaners for uniform rental and for the Public Works Department, Utilities Division, and Parks and Recreation Community Services Department, as well as Stanley Golf Course. And this is, again, fairly pro forma, but obviously Mr. Polkowski, as an alderman, asked to recuse himself, and I urge adoption. So.
Any further discussion on the report? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Welcome back. Okay, we will move on to resolution number 1. Alderman Rosado.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt resolution number 1. Second.
Seconded by Alderman Smedley.
Refer.
Accept and refer.
Refer.
Yep. Seconded by Alderman Smedley.
Thank you. This has to deal with new rules, new amendments made to for rules of the Civil Service Commission. The Civil Service Commission of City of New Bern has adopted mayor rules. They made amendments to Rule 11A, 17, 18, Rule 4 by B2D, and Rule VB3 regarding an open-ended competitive process for entry-level police officer, and Rule 1B regarding notice for public hearings for amendments to the rules. Rule 1B of the Rules of the Civil Service Commission requires approval by the Common Council of any amendments to the rules of the Civil Service Commission. The Civil Service Commission held a public hearing on these changes on June 29, 2017, and approved these amendments on the same day. So I urge adoption, referral.
Thank you. If anyone has any questions, not only do we have Chief Wardwell here, but we have members of the New Britain Police Commission who are ready for you to pepper them with questions. Fantastic. All those in favor of the referral signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2, Alderman Rosado.
I make a motion to accept and adopt, resolution number 2. Second.
Second, and we're referring that to Admin, Finance, and Law, correct?
Administration, Finance, refer to Administration, Finance, and Law.
Seconded by Alderman Collins.
So this one has to do with amending section 2838 of the Code of Ordinances. There's inserted things that you see on your resolution that are underlined. Some of those include there's something here under section 2-838 that states with the exception of entry-level police officers, and on the other line, for entry-level police officers, there will be an open-ended competitive examination process as detailed in the merit rules. So I urge referral.
Thank you, Alderman. My previous comment remains. Alderman Sanchez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Through you to Chief Wardwell, just briefly. Chief, I appreciate you coming up. If you can briefly explain what you did to me outside in the, or did for me, sorry, outside in the hall.
Yeah, certainly.
No frisking. If you could explain what you said to me in the hallway. There was a little bit of confusion from the constituents that I was talking to. If you could explain what this really does and the process itself and what it involves.
Yeah, I can. And just briefly, what we're doing is making it a more streamlined process, a more efficient process, making it us far better equipped to recruit effectively. Here in New Britain, we're always seeking the best candidates, seeking the diversity that the department needs, that the city needs. Under the current system, it's very difficult to do that. We have a open application period that's about 6 weeks long that rolls around every year and a half or so. It takes us a minimum of 9 months just to train an officer, another 6 to 9 months to go through an application process. So a year and a half just from application out there. So when you have that moving 6-week window that's so narrow every year and a half for the most qualified applicants to apply, we're missing so many folks. And I'll give you just a quick example of a city resident who actually interned with us. I'm not going to name the individual, but city resident, Spanish speaking, which we do need very, very much in the department. Love the department, love the city. He turned 21 years old, and boy, is he eager, like all these young folks that want to become police officers. We weren't hiring because his 21st birthday didn't coincide with that, moving target of that 6-week window. And he applied somewhere else because that's what young people do. He still wants, I think, he still wants to come back to us, but he got hired by someone else, a terrific applicant. He would have been terrific here. We were unable to hire him. So this doesn't lower our standards, not in the least. Working with the Human Resources Director, everything will still be handled through her and her office. This just allows us to recruit and hire far more effectively.
I appreciate that, and I also understand some of the cases that we've been through where people really wanted an opportunity to come and serve our city and weren't unable to because of the process that we had in place. So I thank you for your time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for Chief before he? Thank you very much, Chief. Any other questions or comments on the referral to Admin, Finance, and Law? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Smedley.
Motion to accept and adopt resolution number 3.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Salerno.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm excited to rise and talk about this resolution. On July 23rd, Alderman Collins and myself and members of the New Britain Police Department and the New Britain Police Explorer Post will attend the Cadet Police Academy at the University of Hartford. Tremel and I are part of the founding group of the Cadet Police Academy, formerly the Explorer Police Academy. And we are taking, I think, 25 explorers with us this time, and with the assistance of a grant from the American Savings Foundation that we write every year, and we are very gracious to accept from them. We are able to send 5 advisors and 25 explorers to this week-long paramilitary-style boot camp. Is pretty much what it is, and provides 6 levels of training to our city youth for those interested in law enforcement, similar to Adriana's Fire Academy experience, and Adriana will be joining us at the Cadet Police Academy. So thank you very much, and I do urge adoption, and we'll see you all at the Academy.
Thanks, Alderman. That's if she hasn't changed her mind already and has gone to the fire side now.
Stay on the police side.
All those in favor of this acceptance of the grant signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Naples.
Your Honor, I move to accept and adopt resolution number 4.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Sanders.
This resolution concerns the Beehive Bridge project, which is the 5th phase of the Downtown Area Complete Streets project. When the initial bidding for the Beehive Bridge came in April, the bids coming in from the contractors exceeded the project's funding limits, so a decision was made to break the project into 2 components, one focused on the art and architecture and the second on the more traditional bridge and roadway work. This resolution concerns the art and architecture piece, whereas SignPro has unique skills and capabilities required to perform this work. This resolution allows the mayor to authorize the mayor to negotiate and enter in an agreement with SignPro for the fabrication and installation of the pedestrian enclosure, sculptures, as well as the installation of specialty lighting and other related work for the Beehive Bridge project. I urge adoption.
Thank you very much.
I believe Mr. Moriarty is here, if anybody has any questions.
Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 5, Alderman Salerno.
Yes, through you, Your Honor. I would like to request an accept and a referral of this item number 5.
Second.
To where?
To Planning, Housing, and Zoning.
Got it. Seconded by Alderman Sanders.
Yes, Your Honor. The referral to Planning, Housing, and Zoning will be part of a process to look at a review of some issues about local beekeeping. It was raised by several citizens. They came to us via Facebook and a number of other conversations with aldermen, so we certainly want to at least address some of their concerns. I think I said something today that I really believe. It's not so much about making new laws in this case, but making old laws work, and so we want to be able to refer it and take a look at it through the committee process, and I urge that acceptance and referral. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And resolution number 6, Alderman Salerno.
Yes, Your Honor, I would rise again very proudly to be able to request an acceptance and adoption of this resolution number 6.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Smedley.
Again, very proudly, since this is a resolution of appointment of Catherine Cheney to the Board of Education, recommended by the Republican Town Committee to this council. I'm sure there are many people who would like to say a few things about Ms. Cheney, and I certainly would like to say that she has just been an incredible advocate for education in an assortment of ways for as long as I've known her, for many, many years. So I certainly encourage everyone to support this. It will really be a tremendous addition to our Board of Education, to our community. Kathy's just there everywhere when it comes to community interest and involvement with our young people. So it's going to be exciting to watch her on the board, because she's really going to bring some added concepts and ideas to this Board of Education. I certainly urge the adoption.
Alderman Davis.
Your Honor, just want to echo sentiments of colleague Alderman Salerno, as a former alum of the Board of Ed and someone who still watches very closely with the watchful eye. I know you'll do great, and you've already been doing a lot of great work in the community to benefit our students. So just get ready to have fun, and you're going to be happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Sanders.
Thank you, Your Honor. I definitely have a couple things to say about this appointment. You know, the Cheney family has been involved with the city and the community for many, many years. And quite frankly, they've been a pillar of this community. Even when they needed a pillar, they became the pillar. And I'm quite amazed by what they've been able to accomplish as a family in doing the things that they've done for this community. And I couldn't think of a better person to take that place. I think we finally found a match for my father. Somebody who's going to be somebody who's going to be tough. I can assure you, we will never lose any after-school or sports programs under Cheney's watch. She is a force to be reckoned with, and I look forward to watching your performance on the board. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alderman Sanders. Alderman Smedley.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a short personal story that reflects everything that Kathy Cheney will bring to the Board of Education. My niece and my brother frequent the New Britain Public Library very often during the summer for recreation, and Kathy makes it a point to know everybody's name who walks through the door at the library, and to ask me every time I see her about how my niece is or how my brother's doing means a lot to me. And I'm sure it means a lot to other community members when she does the same for them. So I'm sure that Kathy will bring that value. And Kathy is a cherished family member of the New Britain High School Music Department and will always continue to be. And I know that she will provide us with guidance in the right direction at the high school music level. Thank you.
A lot of expectations here, Kathy. Alderman Rosado.
Thank you, Your Honor. I also want to echo some of the sentiments that have been expressed. But I also, you know, from being a person that is very close to their mother and seeing how going through tragedy, she became even more compassionate and even more passionate about whatever she cared about. And to see that happen as well with you, going through tragedy and losing a son and still being able to care even more about giving back to your community and seeing, kids educated. I also, can't forget when I visited you at the hospital when you had gone through surgery and everything, and the fact that we didn't know if you were going to go to the fundraiser for the band, and yet you willed your way there, and you made it thanks to the mayor. I know she pulls strings on that one, but it just speaks to your character on just how determined and how tough you are, and you're blunt and straightforward, and that's my kind of person. So I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to all that you're going to do to benefit the Board of Education. Thank you.
Your chariot. In the back of an ambulance. It was a really good way to roll in to a fundraiser for the New Britain High School Marching Band. That was great. Anyone else? Thank you all for your comments. I'll reserve mine personally. All those in favor of the appointment of Catherine Cheney to the Board of Education signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Today or tomorrow? Swear at me. Let's do it.
I'm going to follow the city charter and the state constitution, responsibilities.
Congratulations. Due to our new online system, I will sign the resolution first thing in the morning as soon as it is printed. Or we can, I don't know if we can throw my electronic signature in there yet, but consider it signed. Congratulations, Kathy. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn, Your Honor.
Made by Alderman Sanders.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Salerno. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The time is 7:40 p.m.
Hey.